boys and girls, today we have something very interesting. I'm going to show you a lovely, interesting person, and she's called Joy, and she's a podiatrist. And I thought to myself, what is a podiatrist? It's pie. I love pie. It's a diet. I don't like diet, but a podiatrist, do you know what a podiatrist does? They're like a doctor. They look at a specific part of your body. It's not your head, your shoulders, your knees, your toes. It's your feet. Yes! And I can't believe it. I went in for a chat. Next thing, she had my socks off, my shoes off, and then she put a mask on. A mask! And I thought, why is she wearing a mask? I thought maybe my feet are smelly. But we're going to find out what happened. Look at all these children, and we're using their feet with roller boots, they're running, and they're walking, and we're going to learn the important lessons of looking after your feet. Do you ever wash your feet? Do you? Yes, of course you do. But do you dry in between your toes? All those lessons I learned. Here we go. Stop, and let me tell you. Stop, but let me tell you what the Lord has done for me. Stop, and let me tell you of the Christ of Calvary. He forgave my sins and He saved my soul. He cleansed my heart and He made me whole. So stop, and let me tell you what the Lord has done for me. Stop, and let me tell you what the Lord has done for me. Stop, and let me tell you of the Christ of Calvary. He forgave my sins and He saved my soul. He cleansed my heart and He made me whole. So stop, and let me tell you what the Lord has done for me. Wonderful song, really enjoyed that. Okay, let's meet Joy, the foot doctor or the podiatrist. Here we go. Good day, boys and girls. Today we're with Joy and we're at the podiatrist. That's a foot doctor, and we're going to learn all about what a podiatrist does. Joy, say hello to the boys and girls.
Hello, boys and girls.
Joy, what is a podiatrist or a foot doctor?
Well, it's someone who looks after the feet, making sure they're comfortable, trimming nails, taking corns off, hard skin, seeing if there's any verrucas, fungal infections, things like that, and making sure they're...
Is my feet in good order, Joy?
Well, Colin, I think they could do with a wee bit more attention.
I honestly never thought about you have to look after your feet. Is the foot an important part of the body?
It really is, yes. If you've a sore foot, you're going to be limping, and walking's not going to be comfortable, so you need to make sure you look after them.
So if you have a sore foot or a sore big toe or something wrong with your nails, you don't go to the doctor or the health centre, you come to a podiatrist?
Go to a podiatrist, yes. They'll be able to sort out the ingrown toenail or check the fungus and drill down the nail, take off any hard skin, and hopefully give you some good advice on how to look after them.
And out of all the occupations in the world, Joy, how did you decide to be a podiatrist?
I had a verruca actually when I was about 12 years of age, and went to the podiatrist then, and he treated it, and I just thought this was a great job because you got such relief whenever I got rid of the verruca, and then I decided this was the job for me.
Joy, do you get good job satisfaction? People coming in pain or agony and you can help them?
Yes, that's the thing. That's the best bit about this job. People are coming in and they're, oh, I've such a sore toe, or my foot's giving me bother, and hopefully I can fix it, give them some ease, and then send them on their way, and they are more comfortable.
Wow. And Joy, are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
Is that important to you?
Absolutely, yes.
How long have you been a Christian, or when did you become a Christian?
Well, I grew up in a Christian home and became a Christian when I was 5.
So even for you being a Christian and not just about Sunday, can you still be a Christian in your work life?
Oh, absolutely. It's so important to even do a good job in your job, and then as you build relationships with people, you can then tell them about Jesus and tell them why you live the life that you do.
And are feet mentioned in the Bible?
Mm-hmm, absolutely. I remember looking for Bible verses with feet in them, and Jesus washed people's feet. The there's verses about the good news of the feet. There's about the armour of God and putting the right shoes on and different things like this. So
Is wearing the proper footwear important?
absolutely, yes.
Is flip-flops and slippers a good footwear?
Definitely not, Colin.
No?
Definitely not. No, because your ankle joint, your rear foot's moving around, the forefoot's holding it on, and there's not the support. So you would end up getting pain in your knees and hips and different things. So.
And is your foot connected with other parts of your body?
Oh yes, absolutely. If your foot rolls over too much, it unlocks the knee, affects the hip, and can affect your back. So it is important to keep them comfortable.
Do you have a favourite Bible verse, Joy?
I do. It's one in Micah chapter 6 verse 8, and it's about how God has shown, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you, but to act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God.
That's a lovely verse. Why is that special to you?
I just think it's a great verse for a Christian to live by. If you act justly, if you try and do what's right, and you try and forgive people and be kind and just put God first in your life.
So even you're a responsible adult, a mother, a wife, you have a responsible job, God's still important for you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Couldn't do without God. Because life can be complicated and tricky.
Does he help you make decisions?
Absolutely, yes.
And even in the workplace you can pray to God?
Pray to God and ask him for wisdom and just help as different people come in.
Yeah. That's wonderful. And when you were at school, did you have good memories of school?
I do. I love school. I had to work hard at school and try and study and read a lot of books and different things. But when I decided what I wanted to do, it was easier then to...
Do you know where you're going?
Yeah.
Your plan? If children are watching this today and they think, I never thought about being a podiatrist, would you recommend that career?
Absolutely, yes. It's a great career. You're meeting people and you're helping them.
And you're always guaranteed customers?
Absolutely.
There's always people.
People's nails keep growing.
Yeah.
They keep squeezing their feet into shoes that aren't the right shape. So.
And what if it's a child at school but they just don't want to study? Would you encourage them to study and do well at school?
Definitely. Do your best, no matter what you're doing, especially as a Christian. No matter what you're doing, you've got to do your best.
Joy, I meant to ask, what tools do you have to... I notice you have
Yes, well I have special nippers for trimming the nails, and then I would have to put a mask on just because there's a dust comes off if you're filing the nail.
Do you ever have people with smelly feet?
Oh yes, there's people, because they're older, they can't sometimes get down even to wash their feet, so sometimes they're pretty dirty, but you see past that and you just understand that people have tricky situations, so we can drill the nail down and make it all nice and smooth. These ones have a wee bit of fungal, so we'll have their wee twitchy ones.
Do you ever get people laughing because they've got tickly feet?
Exactly, and I have to hold their foot really, really tight.
Yeah. And is there a difference between men and women who would come more often?
Well, women probably come more often because they have more problems because they're putting their feet into shoes that are not the shape for their feet.
So what are all these wee tools? You got files and...
So these are the nippers. There's different types depending on how thick the person's nail is. And you just use that for cutting the nails, and then you've got a nice file and that'll file the nail, make it nice and smooth. And then if you need to take hard skin off, you have a wee blade that goes onto this scalpel, and that just takes any of the hard skin off. There's scissors there, there's a wee file for going down the side of your nail, then the wee scalpel for taking off the hard skin, and you just trim a wee bit like that.
And should you dry your feet?
Very important to dry, especially in between the wee toe, because then the skin can get thin and break, and then you can get a wee hack and it can get very sore.
Oh, because it's wet and it says damp?
Wet, yeah.
Wet, yeah.
Yeah, so dry well in between. And you can just put a wee bit of moisturiser on if the skin gets dry, and make sure your nails are nicely shaped and filed.
Yeah, so it's important to look after your feet.
Oh, very important, yes.
Yeah.
Because something you can get infections in your feet very quickly.
What if somebody's ashamed or embarrassed about their feet?
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that.
You don't inspect them and turn them away?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I like a challenge.
You like a challenge?
Yeah.
Are customers, do they appreciate you coming and you fix their feet?
They do, yes.
Generally
they really do appreciate a good job and relief.
I love the verse in the Bible that says how beautiful are the feet of those who preach the gospel.
Yeah.
But even living the Christian life, you can do that being a podiatrist in your work.
That's right, very much so. I think that's so important. That's the first thing to try and take opportunities to speak for Jesus.
Yeah. And do you find you ever have bad days, Joy?
Well, there's some days you think, oh, I don't want to see another pair of feet.
Yeah.
But once I'm here, and then people come in and you're chatting, and then you can fix the problem, then you always feel good.
Do you dream about feet?
Thankfully not.
You can switch off?
I can switch off, yeah.
Joy, our time's up. That was really, really good, and I've never had anybody inspect my feet. It's very interesting. Bye-bye, boys and girls. Say bye to the children.
Thank you, bye-bye.
See you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you, Joy, so much for inspecting my feet. Really appreciate that. There. Nobody ever wants to look at my feet. That's one thing interesting, boys and girls. Whenever people fall in love, they fall in love with their person's face, with their heart, but nobody ever falls in love with somebody's feet. And of course, I'm sure you can understand why. This looks like Belfast. That's where we've done the interview. So let's sing Light of the World, a lovely song. Here we go.
Searching for an answer, a ray of hope in a hopeless world. Who can we turn to? Where is our rescue? There is someone, he's the answer. He's the light and he'll light the way. His name is Jesus, and he came to save us. He is the light, 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 light of the world, and he shines all over the earth, shining bright, bright, bright. He is the light of the world. He is the light, 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 light of the world, and he shines all over the earth, shining bright, bright, bright. He is the light of the world. The world is searching for an answer, a ray of hope in a hopeless world. Who can we turn to? Where is our rescue? There is someone, he's the answer. He's the light and he'll light the way. His name is Jesus, and he came to save us. He is the light, 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 light of the world, and he shines all over the earth, shining bright, bright, bright. He is the light of the world. He is the light, 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 light of the world, and he shines all over the earth, shining bright, bright, bright. He is the light of the world. He is the light, 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 light of the world, and he shines all over the earth, shining bright, bright, bright. He is the light of the world.
Love that song, really, really, very much. It's wonderful. Thank you, Joy, so much for teaching us about feet and the importance of looking after our feet. Bye for now.